evening, everyone, and welcome to MaxSpeedTV. Tonight, Loose Lugnuts presents the over-the-top shelf auto detailing cup series. Sorry about that, I am all tongue-twisted. I am all by myself tonight, so buckle up. This is going to be a bumpy ride. We are at Auto Club Speedway tonight for race number 6 of the Cup Championship. Looks like practice has just ended. We're getting ready for qualifying here. Looks like we have some cars already on track. We'll be getting a time here in just a couple of seconds. Alright, looks like we're getting ready to have some drivers turn in some times here, so let's take a look and see what we got. Alright, now we have some times coming in. Looks like, as of right now, Mitchell Reeves in the O2 car is on the #1 spot with a 38.279. Looks like it's a cool night here in Fontana. Track temperature and air temperature is at 65 degrees. So that ought to give us some grip. This track is nice and wide, so these guys should have plenty of room to go wherever they like. Judd Danielson has turned in a time of 3rd place with a 38.458. Good time there. While they're qualifying, let's go ahead and go over the points here real quick. Coming in tonight, we have Ryan Nolan in the lead, just 5 points ahead of Mitchell Reeves, who's in 2nd. James Brown in 3rd. Kevin Winter moves up a ton of spots, but that's actually pretty common early on in the season. A lot of positions change place quite often. Brandon Murray in 5th. Kevin Fetty in 6th. Ronald Klein 7th. Joker Johnson in 8th. Wesley Holland in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is Jeff Gilmore. And Mitchell Reeves is still holding on to the top spot, as we've had 30 drivers take time so far. It's like 39 have registered. We'll see if they all start. And welcome everybody in chat. Glad to see you all there tonight. Looks like just about ready with qualifying being over with, and Mitch Reeves is still in the top spot. Fairly quiet out there on the track now. All right, with just about 10 seconds left in qualifying, 35 drivers have taken time. And unless something drastic happens, it looks like Mitchell Reeves is going to take the pole for tonight. All right, and that does it for qualifying. Congratulations to Mitchell Reeves in the O2 car with taking the pole with a 38.279. Good job. All right, just getting ready to grid up here, and once they do, we'll give you the starting lineup and get this race underway. We're going to have 100 laps here tonight at Auto Club. Alright, so here we have the starting grid for tonight's race. Starting on the pole with a time of 38.279 is Mitchell Reeves. Starting in second, Ronald Klein. Jeffrey Merck in third. Ryan Nolan fourth. Judd Danielson in fifth. Cody Griffin sixth. Brian Tribble in seventh. Kevin Winter eighth. Brandon Murray ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is Dustin Lee. Next we have Ken Richardson in 11th, John Pansula 12th, Mark Jackson in 13th, Kevin Fetty in 14th, Brian Bazell in 15th, David Johnson 16th, Jason Covington 17th, Eric Talent in 18th, Ray Richer in 19th, and in 20th, James Brown. 21st, Garrett Potts, 22nd, Brandon Thornhill, 23rd is Joker Johnson, Vernon Margheim in 24th, Brandon Dorsett 25th, Robert McFarland 26th, Cody Jenkins in 27th, 28th is John Waters, 29th Jeff Gilmore, 30th Andrew Lutz, 31st Jake Anderson, 32nd is Mike Donahue, Craig Covington in 33rd, Pat Russia in 34th, and the last person to take a time is Michael Whitlock in 35th. 36 is Wesley Holland, Nick Reynolds Brandon Needham in 37th, Jay Smoke in 38th, and rounding out the field is Nick Reynolds in the 050 car starting 39th. Alright, the pace car has gone moving. The field is underway. Because this is such a large track, we only have one pace lap before we go to green. They're running 50% fuel tonight, fast repair limit of 1. So if they do mess up a little bit, they can get that car repaired and back out onto the track. Well, as we come around to get the green flag here, let's wish these guys good luck and hope for a smooth, clean race. Want to see some good action out there tonight. Alright, as the pace car does come and make that hard left turn, releasing the field out to the 0-2 car of Mitchell Reeves.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag is out, and we're racing here at Auto Club Speedway as Mitchell Reeves leads them down to turn 1. The 76 car falls in right behind him. And going in third place is Jeffrey Merck right behind him. As Ronald Klein makes a dive to the inside to try to take the lead for Mitchell Reeves coming in out of turn 4. And leading that first lap, looks like Ronald Klein gets that first lap led and that all-important bonus point. like Jeffrey Merck is challenging to take second away for Mitch Reeves, and does so in the backstretch with Judd Danielson coming right behind him for third. This track is so wide that you can almost put the car anywhere. Some people do like that outside line, although it can be a little tricky, a little hard on tires. So we're going to see probably a couple of different lines tonight, see where people like to go, give them the best chance of getting up front. Looks like we have Ryan Nolan coming up close to Mitchell Reeves to try to take that fourth spot. As Mitchell Reeves seems to not be able to hang the car down at the bottom. He's drifting up a little higher, and that's allowing people to get under him. And now we have a caution on the track.
Wow. Pace car in one.
That was a big mess. Trying to find out here who caused that, or who started that, I should say. Yeah, it looks like the 13 car of Brandon Murray gets into the 22 there of Brian Tribble, and that starts of the big chain reaction as the 13 goes down the track, collects the 15 car, drifts up the track, and then all heck breaks loose. So we have a very early caution here. Hopefully you're just getting the jitters out of their system, and we can go back to racing very shortly. As we have some early takers down pit road, pop off the tank, get some fresh tires, and back off they go. Looks like a couple of drivers did elect to stay out, the 91 of Kevin Fetty and the 4 car of Wesley Holland. Although the 91 car looks pretty heavily damaged, so we'll see if he comes in and gets that car repaired or not. Again, thank you all for joining MaxSpeedTV tonight. This is the over-the-top paints and designs and Luke's and Luck Nut presenting the Top Shelf Auto Detailing Cup Series here at Auto Club Speedway tonight. We are here working on our first caution due to a multi-car incident on lap 4. Looks like we have about 2 to go before we go back to green, and it looks like Wesley Holland is electing to stay out, and he is in the lead currently. Listening to the radio, looks like the 13 car is taking responsibility for that action. Good on him to admit when there's a fault, and hopefully he can get back in and get back to racing. Alright, we are 1 to green again as everybody starts lining up for this restart. We have Wesley Holland in the lead, Pat Russia in second, Mike Donahue third, Jeffrey Merck in fourth, and Mitchell Reeves rounding off the top 5. He is our pole sitter tonight. Alright, as we're just about ready here to get back to green, that pace car is going to be getting out of the way here very shortly. And the pace car dives in. We're about ready to release these guys and go back to green flag racing. As Wesley Holland gets him started, the green flag comes out. We're back at green flag. As Pat Russia in second, and Mike Donahue is challenging him for that second position as they come into turn 2. Oh, there's contact! Car's spinning all out of control. Judd Danielson's in there. The 014 is in there of Cody Griffin, the 70 car. But the green flag stays up because they went all the way to the infield. And that allowed everybody to get going again. Some major damage to some of those cars, including Judd Danielson. It looks like his engine blew as he's trying to get back into the pits. Mike Donahue trying to get back into pits with major damage to his car and a smoking engine. Pat Russia. Oh, all kinds of early front runners coming into the pits because of some contact. Meanwhile, back on the track, Wesley Holland is still leading with Jeffrey Merck in second and Kevin Winter in third. Take just a little bit further back in the field. We have the 049 of Ken Richardson in fourth, being challenged by J.C. Covington for fifth place, along with Mark Jackson and Ronald Klein. Good battle there. Meanwhile, back up front, Wesley Holland is starting to gap the rest of the field with a 0.8 of a second lead, but there is a battle for second as Kevin Winters goes to the inside of Jeffrey Merck. When he does clear him coming out of 2, he takes second place away. Now he can go see if he can pursue Wesley Holland and get that lead. Alright, as I see some of those cars that were involved in that green flag isn't just a lap or 2 ago, most of them are back onto the track having used their fast repair. Unfortunately, the 065 of Pat Russia and Judd Danielson are indeed a lap down now, along with Mike Donahue and John Pansula. Seem to have a Judd Danielson fan club in there in chat today. Rooting on his guy. He's had a rough start, but luckily he's only a lap down and there's a long race to go. As Kevin Winter now does get past Jeffrey Murphy, is now closing that gap just a little bit on Wesley Holland. He's now 0.8 of a second away. Oh, there's some contact, and further back in the field, the 5-car Jeffrey Gilmore gets into the 40 car of Garrett Potts, and that does bring out the caution, and they're still wrecking back there. The 031 of Jake Anderson gets involved in that too, so we are at caution number 2 now. Let's go back and see if we can't take a look at that. Yeah, it looks like to me that the 5-car drifted down the track and got into the side of the 40, and that caused a chain reaction as they both slide down the track. Everybody scrambling to get out of the way. Unfortunately, I don't think everybody quite made it. Alright, so that does bring out caution number 2. I expect to see these guys come down pit lane to get some fresh tires and fuel. Alright, so we see that most of the leaders are indeed coming down pit road. It is feeding time at the zoo. Give some of these guys a chance who maybe have a little bit of damage but don't want to use their fast repair to spend some time in pit road and get that damage fixed. Alright, we see pit stops being completed here. We'll see who gets out first. Looks like Kevin Winter is going to win that battle off of pit road, followed by Wesley Holland and Jeffrey Merck. Good pit stop by Kevin Winter. It's an advantage when you have a pit stall toward the exit of pit lane. It allows you to get out much quicker. Alright, we are working on lap 16 under caution after an incident involving the 5 and the 40 cars. Looks like Garrett Potts is still on pit road getting that damage fixed. Like Jeff Gilmore is back out on the track, but he's coming to a stop. He might be going back into pit road here, or letting the car go by. Yeah, Mitchell Reeves, our pole sitter, is sitting currently all the way back in 23rd. Raj quite sure how he ended up all the way back there, but hopefully he'll be able to get back up there and contend for the win tonight. Sporting a pretty decent lime green paint job there. You can see it from orbit. I love it. We try our best to make sure our people in chat are happy. Speaking of happy, if you are enjoying the race tonight, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you're notified of upcoming races. Alright, as we get the one to go here, some cars are taking the wave around. They're lining up double file for this restart. And I forgot to give a shout out to our man behind the scenes tonight, working the keys with his magic touch, is Michael D'Amico. Once again, putting on a great show for us tonight. Thank you again. Alright, as we're getting ready to get back to green flag racing, our leader Kevin Winter has chosen the outside line. Alright, pace car dives into pit road. And we're back to green flag racing here at Auto Club. Kevin Winter takes the lead as he crosses the line with Wesley Holland in second, Ken Richards in third, Jeffrey Merck fourth, and Mark Jackson, the number 3 car, in fifth. Kevin Winter gets a really good jump as he gaps Wesley Holland already. He kind of gets settled in single file as Kevin Winter does lead him back to the start-finish line on lap 19. We got Jason Covington challenging Mark Jackson for 5th and does take that spot away from him. As Jeffrey Merck is trying to find a way around Wesley Holland for 2nd. Oh, Wesley Holland does. It looks like it's a little loose coming out of 4th, and that allows Jeffrey Merck to get down to the inside of him. See if he can make that pass here coming into 1. Just puts a nose ahead of him, and he'll clear him coming out of the turn here, and Jeffrey Merck is now in 2nd place, right behind Kevin Winter. And for those plethora of Judd Danielson fans out there in chat tonight, he is currently in 36th place. Sorry, 34th place, 2 laps down now. Alright, Kevin Winter still leading Jeffrey Merck in 2nd. Wesley Hall in third, Ken Richardson in fourth.
All right, man. Caution.
And we have a caution out on the track once again. Looks like it is the 29 car of Brandon Dorsett. Yeah, as I'm looking at the replay, it looks like the 68 does kind of drift up just a little bit and gets the 29 car loose, and he does hit the wall pretty hard. It does not look like anybody else was involved. Although the 58 car does brush the wall, and as he picks kind of the wrong line to get around him and does sustain a little bit of damage as the 031 plows into the passenger side of him as he was coming to a stop. And with that, the 031 of Jake Anderson does take his car behind the wall. I think he's done for the night. All right, under caution number 3 here tonight at Auto Club Speedway. As it looks like the leaders are going to take the opportunity to come down pit road for some fresh tires and fill up that gas tank. Alright, as the pit stops are being completed here, it looks like Kevin Winter is going to win that race off of pit road. However, some cars did elect to stay out. So as of right now, Robert McFarland in the one car is in the lead, followed by, Ronald Klein. Followed by the one car, Robert McFarland, and Mitchell Reeves in third. Looks like some of the cars that elected to stay out are going to indeed come into pit road now. Turning the lead over to Ronald Klein, Mitch Reeves in second, Cody Griffin in third, Robert McFarland in fourth. Kevin Winter in fourth, my apologies. Should be about 2 to go now before we get the green flag again. Ronald Klein supporting a very nice paint job tonight. Alright, as we get the one to go here, we'll get back to green flag racing very shortly. Alright, we're on lap 26 of 100 tonight. So far we've had 3 cautions. Let's get a nice long green flag run in here and see what these cars can really do tonight. As the pace car brings them around here, we're just about ready to go back to green. Pace car will be getting out of the way here very shortly. Ronald Klein is choosing the outside line to get these guys restarted. And Mitchell Reeves is right on his inside. As the pace car makes its way off the track. And we're back to green flag racing here on Club Speedway. Ronald Klein leads him down to the start-finish line as Mitchell Reeves falls in right behind him, and Kevin Winter immediately says, you know what, I want to get back up to the front, challenges for second place. As he gets way down below onto that white line. And Cody Griffin is right there with him, along with Jeffrey Merck and Wesley Holland. Kevin Winter dives down into turn 3 to try to get around Mitchell Reeves for second place. But doesn't quite clear Mitchell Reeves as the outside line has just a little bit more momentum there. Tight battle here for the top 5 spots. As Kevin Winter does take second, and now he goes underneath Ronald Klein for the lead and gets it. As Cody Griffin's the one, we got him 4 wide coming onto the backstretch there. Easy, fellas. They did make it work, but Jeffrey Merck there gets a little bit loose. That was a little hair raising there, as everybody does seem to make it out of there, but we still got 3 wide action there with Jeffrey Merck, Wesley Holland, and the old 49 of Ken Richardson as they're battling for 4th and 3rd and 2nd, I guess. Meanwhile, that does allow Kevin Winter to get away. He's about a second ahead of these guys after that big fight. Because we got more action just behind them with Mark Jackson, Joker Johnson, and Vernon Barnheim all battling for position, along with Ronald Klein, who seems to have fallen back quite a bit after that restart. Not sure quite what happened in there. As they're going 2 and 3 wide and coming into the turn there, as Mitchell Reeves is kind of in a sandwich at this point, alongside Jason Covington. They're weaving and scrambling all over the place like there's the last 5 laps going on here. Looks like everybody's starting to settle down just a little bit, but we do have the 115 of Ryan Nolan going on the outside and challenging the 10-car Jason Covington for that 9th spot. Back up front, there's a 3-car battle for second as Cody Griffin does currently hold that spot with Jeffrey Merck and Wesley Holland hot on his tail. A lot of battles going on all over the track here. As the leader coming back to that green flag, Ronald Klein is all the way back in 14th now. That kind of shows you what fresh tires versus old tires do to you. Oh, and the 68 car.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Brandon Thornhill gets sideways once again. It's like he had a little help there from the 80 car of Andrew Lutz. Then gets into the 27 of John Waters, and that does bring out the caution. Alright, that does bring out caution number 4, and that will take this opportunity to step away for these messages. We'll be right back at Auto Club Speedway.
iRacing, the world's biggest premier in online sim racing, gives you, the driver, an experience of a lifetime in competing against some of the best drivers in the world. All drivers take their hand at each track and they want to look good while putting it up front. Wouldn't you like to do the same? Introducing iWraps, one of the leading online iRacing paint venues, offers you any custom paint that you desire. Show off your sponsors and style while running some of the greatest sim racers out there, and look great while pounding the pavement or spinning in the dirt. Any color or any design, no request is too small. From sprint cars to cup cars, they cover anything you want. Want to show off that local venue? Or how about running one of your favorite real-world drivers' paint? iWraps does it all. Custom suits, helmets, cars, and logos. Just ask and they will make it look like $1 million while you're going 1,000,000 miles an hour. iWraps produce high-quality virtual paint designs for iRacing vehicles of all kinds. Search iWraps on Facebook and send a message today to make your iRacing experience more than just making laps in a pre-made paint scheme. iWraps, the top of the line in online racing paint wraps.
Need to tell the world something? Need to get it out there? How about making your ride just a little more sharp? From t-shirts to vinyl graphics to banners, your one-stop shop is Rumar Vinyl Creation. Want to make that truck stand out? Or maybe a banner for your next business gathering? Rumar can do it all. They can even screen print on most anything. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, even that lucky pair of sweatpants you just can't throw out. Yep, they can do that too. For your next event, gathering, or race, your one call should be to Rumar Vinyl Creation. Find us on Facebook or just give us a call, 315-222-3423. Rumar Vinyl Creation.
If you're looking for a gift for that special person, or just want to treat yourself, check out Expressions by Erica on Facebook.
Cups, hats, t-shirts,
Heat transfer vinyl,
graphics, and much, much more. Treat yourself with a personalized monogram to go in your Yeti cooler or the back of your car.
Erica does it all.
Need something that says I love you for Valentine's Day, your anniversary, or even birthday? Erica has you covered with the best gift for all of those special occasions. Missy from Facebook says, they did an amazing job on what I ordered. They also did it very quickly, even though I had it shipped from South Carolina to Tennessee. I highly recommend them. Thank you, girls.
Also from Facebook, Casey says, great job. And they did it last minute for me since I completely forgot I needed it. Everyone loved it.
Contact Expressions by Erica by calling 843-810-3883 and like us on Facebook.
Expressions by Erica.
All right. Welcome back as we just finished that last round of pit stops. We have Kevin Winter in the lead currently, followed by Cody Griffin, Jeffrey Merck, Wesley Holland. Rounding out your top 5 is Ken Richardson. Alright, we should be coming to one to go here after the pace car crosses the start-finish line. Alright, if some cars do take that wave around, we're going to get them lined up and get them back to green flag racing. Like we'll get him started on lap 37. And Kevin Winter does choose the outside line for this restart with Cody Griffin right next to him on the inside line. Alright, as the pace car does get out of the way here, we're about ready to go back to... And the green flag is out as Kevin Winter leads them to the green flag. Cody Griffin way on the inside there as Wesley Holland goes into third. Jeffrey Merck in fourth. And Mark Jackson sixth with Ken Richardson. I'm sorry, Ken Richardson in sixth and Mark Jackson in fifth as they get all reversed again.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out.
And we have another caution. Looks like the 80 car of Andrew Lutz. They had a little bit of contact with the 065 of Pat Russia there. Didn't quite even get a full lap there before this caution came out, so I don't expect too many people to come down pit road. And looks like some of the leaders do come down pit road. A little surprise there, Ed, considering they only ran about a half a lap, so maybe a little bit of different strategy coming into play here. It looks like we have another car that has taken it behind the wall. That would be the 27 of John Waters. So with those pit stops, it looks like the number 6 of Jeffrey Merck has inherited the lead, with Ken Richards is in second. Alright, while we have a moment, I think I'm going to bring Kevin Winter up into the booth here to see what he has to say about that pit stop. Let's see if I can find him here. Kevin Winter, this is Keith up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
So, what was the logic behind that pit stop you made there?
Oh, we're trying to anticipate this going green for a bit, so it's gonna. I want to just make sure I got a full tank of fuel, and if it gets down to the end where it's going to be a fuel strategy, I want to be able to set myself up. And again, with all these cautions coming out, we aren't going to really know until we get some green flag runs. So I just kind of want to knock that off the list to start off.
Sure. So you haven't quite kind of have a feel how your car's handling there yet? I
mean, the car's fast, it's gripped up, but it's really tight. We're gonna have to watch out that right front's gonna get chewed up pretty good in the long run. We're just waiting for these guys to get going here.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time out there, and good luck for the rest of the race.
10-40. Good, guys.
All right. So a little bit of fuel strategy coming into play there to see if he can't get some long green flag run out there. But he does come out all the way back in 21st, so he does have his work cut out for him to get through this field. And just to give a shout out to two drivers out there, they are sporting a special paint job. The 76 of Ronald Klein and the 85 of Judd Danielson is a memorial for Tanner. I believe he died 5 years ago today, and so those two drivers are showing some respect and putting his image on their car. That is a great gesture on their part, so thank you very much for that. Alright, so we have 1 to green here as everybody starts lining up for this restart. Alright, as we're just about ready to get him going back to green here, the pace cars can get out of the way here in a hurry. As the 6 car of Jeffrey Merck does take him to the green flag, followed by Ken Richardson and the 02 car of Mitchell Reeves right there next to him. Mark Jackson in 4th and Ryan Nolan rounds out in your top 5 as you get back to green flag. And I did forget to mention, it looks like the 6 car Jeffrey Merck is also sporting that paint job. Alright, Jeffrey Merck does lead his first green flag lap of the race. Ken Richardson is right behind him, followed by Mitchell Lees, Mark Jackson, Ryan Nolan, and Joker Johnson, who we haven't talked too much about tonight, in the 099. Got the first, looks like 10 or 12 cars in single file here, as everybody seems to be kind of settling down just a little bit. Jeffrey Merck is starting to pull just a little bit over Ken Richardson. But they are mostly single file throughout the whole field here. They've, I don't know if they've calmed down or not or realized that it's a long race to go yet. We have a little bit of a fight here between the 115 of Ryan Nolan and the 00 of James Brown as they fight for that 6th position. Jeffrey Merck does continue to lead. He's got about 0.6 of a second lead now over Ken Richardson, who is being pursued heavily by Mitchell Reeves in 3rd. Currently there are 27 cars on the lead lap, the last of which is the 122 car of Mitchell Whitlock, who is in 27th right now. First car lap down is Garrett Potts. I'm sorry, Jeff Gilmore in the 5 car, my apologies. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Merck does go out to about a 1-second lead now over Ken Richardson and Mitchell Reeves, who are battling pretty hard for that 2nd position. As Mitchell Reeves does go down to the inside of Ken Richardson to try to take that 2nd spot away. And he does successfully complete that pass as they come out of turn 2. Meanwhile, we have a gaggle of cars back in 12th place as Ronald Klein, Jason Covington, Cody Griffin, and Ray Richard battle for that spot.
All right, man, caution is out.
And we have another caution out on the track. Trying to see what happened there. Can't quite see what happened. Oh yeah, the 049 of Ken Richardson gets loose, makes slight contact with the 02 of Mitchell Reeves, spins down the front stretch, but doesn't make contact with anybody. Great job saving that car from some more damage. But that again does bring out our 6th caution of the night. And Jeffrey Merck will lead them down pit road for the next round of pit stops. Get some fresh tires and more gas in these horses here. We are now halfway through this race on lap 50 of 100. So far we've had 6 cautions for around 17 laps, 6 lead changes. And it looks like Mitchell Reeves does win that battle off of pit road with Jeffrey Merck right behind him in second, Ryan Nolan third, Mark Jackson in fourth, and the 099 of Joker Johnson comes out in fifth. And Kevin Winter, who played that fuel strategy a little bit earlier on in the race, is back in 17th. But this race is only half over, so he's got a lot of time left to make that up. I want to thank everybody out there in chat for joining us tonight, as well as all the viewers out there. If you like this race, please don't forget to hit that like button and hit the subscribe to see upcoming races. We have a full schedule. We're on 7 days a week. Again, thank you to Over the Top Paints and Designs, Loose Lug Nuts, and Top Shelf Auto Detailing for allowing us to present this race to you tonight. As we are on lap 51, Mitchell Reeves is currently in the lead, followed by Jeffrey Merck and the 115 Ryan Nolan in third. We're about a lap and a half left from going back to green here. Looks like we have a couple of cars that are going to take the wave round once again. As we get the one to go here, the car's taking the wave round, go by the pace car, and we line up again for another green flag start. Mitchell Reeves has chosen the inside line, which allows Jeffrey Merck to line up outside of him in second place. Half a lap to green. We'll be restarting on lap 53 of 100. Alright, pace car is just about ready to get out of the way to release the hounds back to green flag racing. Pace car makes that left turn into pit road. And green flag is back out here on a Puff Speedway as Mitchell Reeves leads them to the green flag. Jeffrey Merck in second, Ryan Nolan third, Joker Johnson in fourth, and Mark Jackson in fifth. Everybody kind of gets settled in pretty quickly here. Although we have a pretty good battle for fourth, as Joker Johnson currently holds that spot with Wesley Holland right behind him, and Mark Jackson just in back behind Wesley there. As the 00, James Brown does get underneath the 3 car of Mark Jackson to try to take that spot, but doesn't quite get it. Good battle going on here between Wesley Holland, Joker Johnson, and Mark Jackson for that 4th spot. As Ryan Nolan does end up taking second away from Jeffrey Merck up a little bit further up the field. And now he challenges Mitchell Reeves for that lead. As Ryan Nolan goes all the way down to the bottom of the track to try to lead that lap, and he does. That is his first lap led of the race. As he tries to clear Mitch Reeves going into 1. Doesn't quite make it. It allows Mitchell Reeves to get back onto his outside with Jeffrey Merck right behind him in 3rd. And now Ryan Nolan does clear Mitchell Reeves to take that lead, but Jeffrey Merck is going to follow him right through, bringing Mitchell Reeves back to 3rd place. And at the line, Ryan Nolan does lead that lap again, and Jeffrey Merck does take that 2nd position away for Mitchell Reeves. Now he's trying to challenge for the lead on Ryan Nolan as they come into 2. Unfortunately, he was unable to, in both the 6 and the 02, get a little bit loose coming out of 2 there, allowing Ryan Nolan to get a little bit of separation. And that allows the 099 of Joker Johnson and Wesley Holland to catch up to this lead, that little lead group there. As Mitchell Reeves kind of slides back into 3rd place, Joker Johnson is making a run at him. As Wesley Holland almost gets into the back of Joker Johnson there, coming out of 2. That was a close one. And it looks like Jeffrey Merck is trying to make another attempt at that lead, trying to get around Ryan Nolan, and at the line, it looks like he is going to lead that lap. And he does clear him. Now Jeffrey Merck does inherit that lead from Ryan Nolan. Mitch Reeves in 3rd, Joker Johnson 4th, and Wesley Holland in 5th place, as they all are kind of tightening up a little bit here, trying to get all of them, trying to get up to that front spot. Jeffrey Merck is trying to get away from these guys, but they're not letting him go without a fight. And with the track this big, the draft does come into play a little bit, especially on that front stretch where they can get speeds of almost 210 miles an hour. So you saw Jeffrey Merck kind of go to the bottom of the track to try to break that, but it didn't quite work out the way he wanted it to, as they are still in hot pursuit. As we have a good battle now for 4th place, as Wesley Holland does get below Joker Johnson to get in, and he does take that 4th spot away. Slides right up into the front of him, and kind of throws a little block on Joker Johnson there to prevent the crossover maneuver. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work, as Joker Johnson does try to get back into that 4th place. Mark Jackson is 6 right behind him, trying to see where he can go, see if he can get around a couple of these guys. Good battle back here from 2nd place all the way back to 6th. They're all kind of trading positions here. Currently, the 115 Ryan Nolan is in 2nd, followed by Mitchell Reeves, and Wesley Holland has gotten right up onto the back of him in 4th. Coming to lap 62 here. As that battle for second is pretty intense right now. They're all single file, but they're kind of maneuvering all over the track to see if they can make a move. A little bit further back in the field, we got a good battle here for 12th between Ken Riches in the 049 and John Pansula, that 01 car. The 065 of Pat Russia does get into that mix a little bit there. Every point is important, so the more positions you gain, obviously the more points you get. Meanwhile, that battle in second heating up, they allowed Jeffrey Burke to get away by about 0.8 of a second. Oh, and both the 4 and the 02 get into the wall, and the 4 of Wesley Holland spins around and selects Clark Jackson. And that does bring out the caution. Oh, and the 00 of James Brown just crushes into the 04 car. I'm not sure if he didn't see him or what, but that was crazy. Not sure if he was asleep at the wheel or what, but they had just hits the 4 car very hard as he finishes his spin out there. His car is pretty banged. Smoke come out of it, hood missing. Yeah, that 00's in a lot of trouble. Alright, that does bring out our 7th caution of the night. We will most likely see pit stops from all the lead lap cars now. That was a fairly decent green flag run that these guys had, so we'll see them come down pit road for fresh tires and fuel. And here they all come, led by Jeffrey Merck with Ryan Nolan right on his tail. See them performing their pit stops and see who can get off this pit road first here. That 02 car, Mitchell Reeves, does have the advantage because he does have that #1 pit stall, and he uses that to his advantage as he does win the battle off the pit road. So Mitchell Reeves does take the lead from Jeffrey Merck, who could do a very good pit stop. Let's see if I can get Mitchell Reeves up here for a quick word about how the race is going tonight. Mitchell Reeves, this is Keith up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, we got you, Keith.
How's it going out there today? Tell us about the track and the car.
Man, I think some people are figuring out that I've been struggling all night. It's started up front. You know, we were fast right there in qualifying. Then you know, it's just been a crazy race. Went to the back to take some optional, and then worked our way back up here, and I slammed the wall there that last time, and I think that's why Wes ended up wrecking. He didn't know where I was going to go, and I think he might have locked it up. But we don't have any quick fixes left, but our pit crew keeps making us out in front. Maybe we can take advantage of it one of these times. Yeah,
I was saying that you got that #1 pit stall. That's got to be kind of an advantage for you there.
Yeah, it's definitely worked. Second time we've came out first, so maybe we can hold it for more than 15 seconds. I really don't even know if I'm a top 5 car right now. It's been pretty rough tonight. I mean, we're definitely a top 10 capable, but we're running way better than I think we should be. But maybe we can prove ourselves wrong and maybe finish up here in the front.
All right, how's the track out there? What are you feeling?
It's really you can be really aggressive on entry, but it really if you get aggressive on the exit, you better know where your car's at in the grip, because it will go up in the wall like it just did on me. So it's pretty fast. That's why I think we're seeing a lot of wrecks on entry and stuff like that. But then once you run out of grip and the front end washes away on exit, that's why everybody's hitting the wall. So I don't know, maybe we can get it figured out. We're getting closer and closer to a long run, I feel like, so maybe we can figure something out here on this next restart.
All right, well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Good luck the rest of the night.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I forgot what room you're in.
Team Exile.
All right, that was Mitch Reeves giving us a little bit of insight there as how the car is out there and how the track is. Says he may have a top 10 car, but you know what, the number one pit stall, that is a huge advantage, and he's shown that a couple of times tonight. All right, we should more than likely be getting the one to go here this time by. And yes, lights are out on the pace car, one to go. Alright, so Mitch Reeves did choose the outside line for this restart with Jeffrey Merck on his inside. Mark Jackson I guess he's in fourth with Ryan Nolan in third. Sorry about that. I was looking at my screen. He said he's in third, but that's just because he's ahead on the outside line. And running out your top five will be the 014 of Cody Griffin. As we're just about ready to get back to green here. Wesley Holland did come out back in 18th after that pretty hard wreck. It looks like he used his fast repair. He's back on track and ready to go as the pace car comes in.
Green flag.
And green flag is back in the air as Mitchell Reeves leads the parade. Jeffrey Merck didn't quite get the best start there, it looks like, as he does slot back into second behind Mitchell Reeves, but Ryan Nolan's looking on the inside. Not quite. But Mark Jackson in fourth is looking on the outside there, see if he can take that position away. Good battle fourth between Cody Griffin and Mark Jackson. As Cody Griffin does take fourth away from Mark Jackson, Ronald Klein slots into sixth place behind the number 3 car there. Cody Griffin all over the back of third place Ryan Nolan, see if he can make a move there to get past him. And again, thank you to Over the Top Paints and Designs and Loose Lug Nuts, along with Top Shelf Auto Detailing, for allowing us to broadcast tonight. It's been a good race so far as Mitchell Reeves is currently in the lead with Jeffrey Merck right behind him and Ryan Nolan in third, Cody Griffin in fourth, and Mark Jackson in fifth. Coming to the flag, Jeffrey Work doesn't quite get past Mitchell Reeves there, but he is trying to make a pass going into one, and it looks like he will pass him cleanly as they go into two and down to the backstretch. But Mitchell Reeves says, not so fast, I'm going to pull the crossover, and he gets down on his inside, coming down the backstretch into three. And while these guys are battling for the lead, that allows Cody Griffin to start to reel him in a little bit there, with Ryan Nolan right behind him in fourth. Coming to the line, it looks like Jeffrey Merck will lead that lap. Jeffrey Merck, once he did get around Mitchell Reeves, is starting to separate himself just a little bit for Mitchell Reeves, as Cody Griffin does get right on the back of him to see if he can get around. And with 28 laps to go in this race, they're trying to figure out when, if they have to make that one last pit stop, get them to the checkered flag tonight. Kind of hoping we see a green flag pit stop. That'll make life all kinds of fun for these guys. As Cody Griffin is all over the back of Mitchell Reeves trying to find his way around him to see if he can't get up into the lead. Not able to quite get there, but he's sure making it interesting. Mitchell Reeves does hold on to that second spot, but Cody Griffin isn't giving up by any stretch. Meanwhile, back and forth, there's quite a little pack here with Ryan Nolan, Mark Jackson, Ronald Klein, and Jason Covington, all kind of sorting themselves out for that fourth spot. And Ken Richardson right there, along with the two car of Dustin Lee. Not sure if Mitchell Reeves was kind of trying to hide something from us. He said he maybe had a top end car. He's holding his own in second place and holding off Cody Griffin there. He's doing very well. And once again, Cody Griffin does try to take that second spot away from him. Can't quite get there yet. Let's see if he makes a move coming into three. Doesn't quite have the speed to clear him, but he'll have to settle back into third place as we have a battle there for fourth as Mark Jackson, battle for fifth as Mark Jackson gets around Ronald Klein, or is battling Ronald Klein by mistake, with Jason Covington right there with him. Jackson on the outside of Ronald Klein there for trying to get that fifth spot. But Jason Covington goes down to the inside, tries to follow Ronald Klein through to see if he can't take that spot away from Mark Jackson. Like Wesley Holland does make it back out on the track after that pretty hard hit with that last caution. He scored one lap down in 25th. Cody Griffin is not giving up that fight for second. He may actually have him at the line here. Let's see if he can hold it. And he does clear him, but Mitch Reeves says, nope, I'm going to do that again. But that highlight momentum does keep Cody Griffin in second place. Meanwhile, back in fifth place, big fight here going on between Ronald Klein, Ken Richardson, Dustin Lee, and Jason Covington. with Mark Jackson sliding back to 9th. Dustin Lee does get up into 7th, getting around Jason Covington. You can see Wesley Holland with his damage repaired and fresh tires is kind of making quick work out of these guys. Although he is that 1 lap down. Once Cody Griffin got around Mitchell Reeves, it looks like he has separated himself out a little bit and trying to reel in Jeffrey Merck, who's led the last few laps here. Trying to look a little bit further down the field here, looking at some of the other battles going on. Looks like Mike Donahue and Jeff Gilmore battling for 13th, just behind John Pansula in 12th. Few good battles around here, the most notable one of course being for that 5th spot that Ronald Klein currently holds. Ken Richardson is right behind him as you see Wesley Holland, who is that lap car on fresh tires and damage repaired, going by these guys fairly quickly. He is the first car 1 lap down, so if caution were to come out, he should get his lap back. Yes, and to John and Chat, yes, that 76 car does look very lovely. Alright, so we see some green flag pit stops taking place now, which should be their final stop of the night. Look to see when the leaders do come in. And as you can see by Wesley Holland, fresh tires make a big difference on this track. As we just heard that the 76 is coming into pit lane now. And here come the rest of the leaders too. So Jeffrey Merck, Cody Griffin, Mitchell Reeves, Ryan Nolan, Ken Richardson, Ronald Klein. All the leaders are coming into pit road, which should be their final stop of the night. And that does give the 10 car of Jason Covington the lead. But I do suspect he'll be in the pit road very shortly. As we see the leaders finishing up their pit stops here. This track is big enough that they generally don't lose a lap, or at least they, if they do, it's very, they come in right behind the leaders. As we see that the 014 car of Cody Griffin gets out in front of the other two. Great pit stop for the 014. As we see Jason Covington, who is scored as the leader, does start to get around these guys. But the leaders that are just coming out are on fresh tires, so they should make short work to him. We'll see when the 10 car Jason Covington decides to come to pit road. Doesn't look like this time, so he's still scored as the leader. But there's quite a battle there behind him between the 6 car Jeffrey Merck, Cody Griffin, and the 02 of Mitchell Reeves for that position, which will more than likely be the battle for the lead once the field finishes their pit stops. Oh, and the 6 car Jeffrey Merck gets into the back of Pansula that takes out the 014 of Cody Griffin, and that does bring out the caution. Oh, that was a, I'm not quite sure what was going on. I know that the 10 car, Jason Covington, was a slower car, but I don't know if he was just trying to bump him out of the way and messed it up or what, but he just ran right into the back of him. Yeah, as you can see, these guys on those fresh tires are much faster than the 10 car of Jason Covington. But, you know, Jason Covington as a leader had every right to stay out there, and I'm not sure if, you know, the 6 car Jeffrey Work was trying to get around him and just misjudged it or what, but that, he hits him, and the 6 car jumps down the track and hits the 014 car, and that does bring out our 8th caution of the night. And as they say in racing, this does change up the whole complexity of the race. That will allow these cars who did not pit to pit now, and that basically has the rest of the field a lap down. I mean, they're just showing now only 7 cars on the lead lap. But these guys will be coming to pit road once pit road opens. Like several cars have now gone behind pit road as Kevin Winter, Judd Danielson, Brian Bazell, and Andrew Lutz have all taken their cars behind the road and behind the wall and are out of the race tonight. Alright, well, the cars that did not pit that time around did come in to get their final pit stops in. Mitchell Reeves right now is scored as the lead. No, he scored, I see him in 3rd place. That can't be right because both the 77 and the 10 pitted, so I believe the 02 car Mitchell Reeves will have the lead. Have a couple of more cars coming and finishing off their pit stops. As we'll get the field sorted out here, we'll have about 12 to go once we get to green flag. Alright, Mitchell Reeves is currently in the lead, followed by Jason Covington, Jeff Gilmore, Brennan Margheim, and Wesley Holland rounds off your top 5. Alright, we're just about a lap and a half to the green flag. Be kind of a 11-lap shootout to the finish here. We'll see what happens. This could be a very exciting finish. Looks like we're going to have several cars take a wave around here. And we do have, the lights are out on the pace car as quite a gaggle takes that wave around as we get lined up, getting ready to go back to green flag. So we have Mitchell Reeves, Jason Covington, Jeff Gilmore, Bernard Markheim, and Wesley Holland is your top 5. Should be quite a shootout here for the last 10 laps, 11 laps of this race. And now Cody Griffin has also taken his car behind the wall, and unfortunate because he was right up there battling for the lead. Damaged too much for him to get fixed to bring it back out. Alright, pace car dives into pit road. Mitch Reeves is going to lead him to the green flag.
Green flag.
As we're back to racing here at Auto Club. Good start by Mitchell Reeves with Jason Covington in 2nd, Jeff Gilmore in 3rd, Bernard Markheim in 4th, and Wesley Holland in 5th. With 11 laps to go, patience is going to go out the window as we're going to see a lot of aggressive driving out there. Hopefully they can stay off of each other and we can get this finished under green. As Wesley Holland makes some really good moves to challenge Jason Covington for that 2nd spot. And he does clear him. Now he's going to set his sights on Mitchell Reeves. Good battling back here, especially for 4th, where we have the 77, Bernard Markheim, and the 5 of Jeff Gilmore battling for that 4th spot. Doesn't look like that 5 car is able to quite get around him yet. A little bit of damage to the front of that 5 car that might be hurting his performance just a little. And he does have to settle in behind the 77 there. Sporting that pretty slick Gatorade paint job, I must say. Now Mark Jackson is going down below the 5 of Jeff Gilmore for that 5th place. And he looks like he is able to pass him. He should be able to clear him coming into 3, and he does, but just barely. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead is heating up as Wesley Holland tries to get his way around that 02 car with 8 laps to go. And Jason Covington right there in 3rd. Could be down to a 3-car battle for this win. Laps are starting to tick down really quickly here. As we're coming to 7 laps to go. Wesley Holland is all over the back of Mitchell Reeves as he does dive down and try to take that lead. Mitchell Reeves is going to do everything in his power to prevent that from happening. He kind of pinches him down to the bottom of the track. Kind of a drag race here down the backstretch now. Wesley Holland does have the advantage coming out of 4 into the under the front stretch here. Doesn't quite clear him yet as he goes all the way to the bottom of the track. And he will lead that lap. Good battle for the lead here. Mitchell Reeves is not giving up yet, but it looks like, and as I say that he's about to clear, Mitchell Reeves is right on his quarter panel there. Can't quite get him yet. As they come down the backstretch again, drag racing down there, pretty much neck and neck coming down into turn 3. And Wesley Holland finally does clear Mitchell Reeves for that lead. Whoa! Some evasive maneuvers here as these two are fighting for that lead. 5 laps to go. Mitchell Reeves dives down to the bottom of Wesley Holland to try to take that lead back, but he can't quite get the momentum there. As Jason Covington is just trying to figure out where he should go. Maybe he can take advantage of these two and steal a win away. We'll see what happens. Wesley Holland does manage to clear Mitchell Reeves this time. And that may be all she wrote. Oh, as Wesley Holland does scrape the wall just a little bit as they come to 4 to go. Mitchell Reeves in second, Jason Covington in third, Mark Jackson a little bit out of touch in fourth, and Jeff Gilmore rounds out the top 5. We're going to stay on this lead battle here. As the leaders are, looks like they're coming up on a lap car. Looks like that's the 76 of Ronald Klein. As he just goes up the track and gets out of the way. Alright, 3 laps to go this time by. The top 3 are pretty much in contact with each other. And it looks like we have Jason Covington now trying to get a little racy and challenge for that second spot as Wesley Holland gets out to about a 4/10 of a second lead. As we come to 2 to go this time by, Wesley Holland is your leader by 4/10 of a second. As the battle for second place seems to be heating up just a little bit. Alright, about a lap and a half left in this, or sorry, about a lap, come to the white flag, I'm all tongue-tied. 1 lap to go here at Auto Club with Wesley Holland in the lead, followed by Mitch Reeves and Jason Covington. See if they have anything for him now. Jason Covington has a little bit of time left to try to steal that second place away from Mitchell Reeves as he gets a good run coming out of 2, right on the back of him, as he tries to dive down into turn 3 to make that move for second place. Doesn't look like he's got quite enough speed to get there though. And as we come to the checkered flag, it's going to be Wesley Holland who's your winner tonight at Auto Club, followed by Mitchell Reeves and then Jason Covington in third, Mark Jackson in fourth, and Jeff Gilmore in fifth. That was a good finish, folks. We'll be right back as I gather everybody up for the post-race interview. Stand by. Alright, we're back now, and I'm going to start off with our third place finisher of Jason Covington. Jason, this is Keith up in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh yeah.
Alright, well first of all, congratulations on your third place there. Tell us about the race tonight.
Well, I definitely didn't have a third place car, but I'm happy with the finish I pulled out of it.
Yeah, it looks like that last caution gave you a huge advantage as you stayed out there while everybody else was pitting.
Yeah, after everybody pitted, I knew I had to stay out and just run what I could, and I hate that caution come out like it did. I might have to go back and watch a replay and see exactly what happened, but if it was my fault, sorry about it. Yeah, that's...
All right, well, how was your car out there tonight?
Well, it was good. It was a lot faster in the race than it was in practice, and I probably had the, 5th to 10th place car, but I'll take a 3rd.
All right. Well, do you have anybody to thank tonight for your 3rd place?
Yeah, I'll thank Covington Motorsports for everything we do together. Loose Lug Nuts, MaxSpeedTV, everything y'all do, put on a good show.
All right, well, thank you for that, and congratulations on your 3rd place.
Thank you.
All right, we now have our 2nd place finisher, Mitchell Reeves. You got a copy?
Yeah, we got you.
So, pretty good for maybe a 10th place car, huh?
Yeah, but dang it, when you're that close, it burns. But me and Wes have had a lot of battles, and they used to be some really, really dirty battles, and that was about as hard as we could go. We're just fortunate to be up here. I don't know if you guys saw it, but with Merck and Cody Griffin there, I was really fortunate to miss that wreck and get by. Well, Wes went in and took tires, and I stayed out, and I think older tires had something to do with it, and I really struggled out front tonight, and that kind of bugs me and kind of embarrassed by it. But to come home P2 and have a good points night, can't hold my head about that. So
it was all the goldfish and Coke, I think.
Oh, because it happened again on pit road. You better believe it.
Yeah, it seems to me that your pit stops were kind of the key to your good finishes. Was that what you're thinking too?
Well, that's what put me out in front a lot of the times, and they were. I don't know. Like I think I might have given them the good goldfish this time. Like they just put them on the shelf, and the Coke might have had some like pep in their step. Maybe it might have been different kind of Coke, if you know what I mean. But it was a great. They did really good on pit road tonight, and that really put me way up more than I should have been. But I'm just kind of glad to get out of this. I really got to work on holding it better here, especially in the Cup car. But we're going to Texas next week, so anything can happen.
All right. Well, speaking of that, what are you looking forward to about Texas, or are you looking forward to Texas?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I feel like I'm a little bit better at those kind of mile and a halves. But there's a lot of guys that are also really good there, including the guy that you're going to talk to next. But it's going to be a fun battle. That was a heck of a battle with me and Wes, and we're only in the 4th race of the year, so we got many more to come, but maybe I can come out on the other side a couple more times this year.
All right, well, who do you have to thank tonight for your 2nd place?
I got to give a huge shout out to John Hedrick with Over the Top Paints and Designs. Another beautiful car that I've been running for a long time and probably won't give this one up for a while. I really like it. Got to give you a huge shout out to Top Shelf Detailing, all those guys with Robert McFarland stepping up to the plate and making this awesome broadcast with my main man, Michael D'Amico, behind the cameras. And while we're talking about Michael D'Amico, I want to give a huge shout out to him and Michelle on this anniversary date. Their son passed away. Our racing community really came together this week for another man, and it's really cool just to, that kind of brings back some memories with Tanner when we did that race, and just a lot of cool stuff happening lately. And I just want to say, just hang in there, Mike, and just keep doing what you do best, and that's staying behind the cameras and doing what you do awesome. So,
all right, well, thank you for that, and congratulations on your 2nd place.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, and now we have the man of the hour, the winner of this race, Wesley Holland. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, tell us about that final run. Did you think you could get past him? Did you think you had the car for him?
I mean, honestly, no. I was probably a top 5, maybe top 3 at best car all night long, and I was trying to pull the same strategy I pulled last night in the Xfinity race, and tried a short pit there, and then the caution came out, and I held a bunch of guys a lap down, so kind of gifted me some positions there, and then all I had to do was execute and get up there and pass Mitch at the end.
Yeah, when you got into that incident earlier, you think that was it for you, or did you kind of think you could get back into her?
Honestly, it was. I was replaying in my head last week's race when I did the same thing in front of the entire field. So I didn't think I'd have much, but maybe to fight back in the top 15, top 10, maybe. But I guess it just works out that way. Sometimes you get lucky.
All right. Well, we know that next week we're going into Texas. What do you got for that place?
Turn 2 wall is going to be my best friend. I'm sure I'll tear it down and move it back 10 feet by the end of the weekend. So we'll see what we got. I've just never been a favorite place of mine, so I don't look forward to going there. But we're going to try hard and try to get back up in the points here.
All right. Well, who do you have to thank tonight for this win?
Just everybody over here in the league. John Hedrick that makes these cool paint schemes that I'm running tonight, and all the admins, and of course the broadcast crew you guys got going on over there. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, congratulations on your win, and go celebrate.
Yeah, thank you.
Oops, wrong person. All right. Well, that does wrap it up here tonight. On behalf of Loose Lug Nuts, Over the Top Paints and Designs, and Top Shelf Auto Detailing, and everybody, of course, at MaxSpeedTV, you all have a great night, and we'll see you next week at Texas.
Online sim racing gives you, the driver, an experience of a lifetime in competing against some of the best drivers in the world. All drivers take their hand at each track and they want to look good while putting it up front. Wouldn't you like to do the same? Introducing iWraps, one of the leading online iRacing paint venues, offers you any custom paint that you desire. Show off your sponsors and style while running some of the greatest sim racers out there, and look great while pounding the pavement or spinning in the dirt. Any color or any design, no request is too small. From sprint cars to cup cars, they cover anything you want. Want to show off that local venue? Or how about running one of your favorite real-world drivers' paint? iWraps does it all. Custom suits, helmets, cars, and logos. Just ask and they will make it look like $1,000,000 while you're going 1,000,000 miles an hour. iWraps produce high-quality virtual paint designs for iRacing vehicles of all kinds. Search iWraps on Facebook and send a message today to make your iRacing experience more than just making laps in a pre-made paint scheme. iWraps, the top of the line in online racing paint wraps.
Need to tell the world something? Need to get it out there? How about making your ride just a little more sharp? From t-shirts to vinyl graphics to banners, your one-stop shop is Rumar Vinyl Creation. Want to make that truck stand out? Or maybe a banner for your next business gathering? Rumar can do it all. They can even screen print on most anything. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, even that lucky pair of sweatpants you just can't throw out. Yep, they can do that too. For your next event, gathering, or race, your one call should be to Rumar Vinyl Creation. Find us on Facebook or just give us a call, 315-222-3423. Rumar Vinyl Creation.